For almost 9 years, I've been encouraging women to embrace color and confidence through jewelry. But recently, I realized there was one person who wasn't fully taking my own advice. Hi, that'd be me. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been thrifting because I've steadily been losing weight. And honestly, my clothes don't fit anymore. I can't exactly afford a whole new wardrobe right now, so I've been hunting through thrift stores looking for clothes that fit. But somewhere between the clothing racks, I realized this story isn't really about thrift shopping at all. It's about finally allowing myself to stop hiding. Hey, friend. Welcome back to Sparkle and Shine. I'm your host, Cassandra, and this is the podcast where we talk about building a small business, chasing your dreams, and learning the real lessons along the way. Each week, I'll be sharing what I'm learning in my own business, the wins, the struggles, and the lessons that come along with it. So if you're building something of your own too, you're definitely in the right place. All right, let's get into today's episode. Over the last few weeks, I've realized something really exciting. The clothes in my closet just don't fit anymore. Some are way too big now, and while that's a pretty awesome problem to have, replacing an entire wardrobe is expensive. So I did what a lot of us do, and I turned to thrift stores. Actually, about a week ago or so, I made a post on Facebook asking my friends where their favorite thrift stores were, because I'm looking for places to shop without spending a fortune. I wasn't asking anyone for clothes, I was just literally asking for recommendations. But something really sweet happened. A couple people reached out privately and said, "Hey, I've actually got a few clothes in your size if you'd like to go through them." And one of those people was a former boss and friend of mine. And honestly, it reminded me that sometimes people can't help if they don't know what you need. All I did was ask a simple question, and people showed up, and that was really special. So today, I spent part of the day thrift shopping with my dad's girlfriend, who's basically my stepmom. We laughed, wandered through stores, found some really cute pieces, got some great deals, and honestly, just had a really great day together. One of the dresses I found was really cute. I had picked it up, looked at it, thought about it, and then decided, it's not on sale, so I put it back. Well, later that afternoon, I had stopped by my friend's house to pick up the bag of clothes she had offered me. And I'm not kidding. Literally, the very first thing I pulled out of that bag was that exact dress. Same size, same color, same everything. And I just started laughing. Whether you call it a coincidence, luck, or just one of those funny little life moments, it made me smile. And lately, I've been trying to notice those moments more. But here's what I've realized. This story really isn't about clothes. It's about confidence. For a long time, I wore a lot of black. And don't get me wrong, I still love wearing black. A black outfit with colorful jewelry, I think that's gorgeous. But if I'm being honest, part of the reason I wore black so much was because I thought it hid my body. We've all heard people say, black is slimming. And I really didn't want the attention on my stomach or my arms or my thighs. And I think somewhere along the way, I convinced myself that being less noticeable somehow made me safer. And I'd started hiding. And then something happened a couple months ago that I don't think I'll ever forget. I woke up one morning and styled my hair. I wore it curly that day for the first time in a long time. Got dressed, looked in the mirror, and I just stopped. I remember looking at my reflection and just thinking, there she is. Where have you been? I've missed you. And I know that probably sounds dramatic, but honestly, it brought me to tears because it wasn't that I had suddenly become someone new. It felt like I had finally reconnected with the version of myself that had been buried underneath stress and burnout for so long. The colorful, creative, playful, hopeful version of me. She'd been there the whole time. I'd just forgotten how to let her come out. And that's when I realized something. For almost 9 years now, I've been telling women to embrace color and confidence. I've always believed that jewelry can help someone feel beautiful because it does that for me. When I put on colorful earrings or a bright bracelet stack or one of my necklaces, I genuinely feel more feminine, more put together, more like myself. And I've always believed that. But lately, I've realized it's time for me to take my own advice, not just through jewelry, but through my clothes too. I've been buying bright pinks, teals, dresses, skirts, things I never would have given myself permission to wear just a few years ago. And honestly, it feels like freedom. So, one thing I've been thinking about lately is when I picture the future version of Cassandra, the woman who's built the life she's dreaming about, she's wearing color. She loves herself. She isn't hiding. She embraces joy. And then I had this realization. The future version of me isn't just going to magically appear one day. I become her, one small decision at a time, one colorful shirt, one thrifted dress, one tiny act of confidence, and one little choice to stop hiding. So maybe this episode wasn't really about thrifting after all. Maybe it was about permission. Permission to wear the outfit. Permission to try something different. Permission to stop hiding behind the version of yourself that no longer fits. Because here's what I'm learning. Confidence isn't something that suddenly arrives one morning. It's something we practice, little by little, day by day, choice by choice, and maybe, just maybe, the future version of you isn't waiting somewhere down the road. Maybe she's simply waiting for you to start showing up as her today. So thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. And if there's something you've been afraid to wear, try, or become, maybe this is your sign to give yourself permission. Until next time, keep showing up with heart, believe in yourself, and keep shining.